whoa. How is everybody? Hold up. Hold up. Do I got this right? I think I got this right. Hold on, let me put this over here so it can make a little bit more sense. I don't like the size. That's what she said. Oh, that's better. That's better. That's better. Okay. How is everybody doing? Welcome, everybody. This is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and witches, how y'all doing? And God bless. I just got festive with everything. Everything is festive now. Everything is festive. So yes, I do have a birthday coming up, and I also have a stream coming up. Actually, I'm gonna do a birthday stream here, but it's also the birthday stream is literally on the same day the Video Game Awards is coming out, and I want to do that with you guys, so we'll be able to do that. But oh god, I don't know if I like that. Her titties need to be bigger. Nah, I'm looking at Laura Croft. I'm looking at Laura Croft because I'm just like, well, Laura Croft has to. The chest is a lot bigger than what I just saw. But yes, welcome back, everybody. We are going to talk about Dragon Age of the Veilguard again because they're still coping about it. And we're also going to talk about LGBT TV, Glad, who is actually in the jury for the Video Game Awards. So their vote matters more than yours during the Game Awards. We're going to talk about that. So buckle up. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. Is that my voice? Was that the highest that my voice has been? I hope I didn't go into the red. I hope I didn't. I'm gonna do this. How about this? Just down just a tad, so it's away from the red. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want it touching the red. I think my voice sounds much better. Much better. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Hey, how you doing, man? Making sure that everything is set up. I mean, I already got everything set up. What the fuck was that? I really wish I didn't see that, but I did. Okay. Go ahead and do this. Okay. Well, what music am I gonna play right now? I think I want to go with the Hogwarts. I'm feeling Hogwarts. There we go. Nice. Nice. Yeah, let's bring this up. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring this up. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. All right. Okay. Everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and witches, how y'all doing? God bless. Also, Merry Christmas. We are feeling a bit festive today. I got my Coke Carnage Christmas shit on. I think this thing fits me well. It feels good. I'm nice and warm and tuggy. But I've been hearing some news, and this is all just rumors. This is all just rumors. But apparently, there is a possibility that this statue that was presumably going to specify what is going to be the new announcements, because we really don't care too much about the Game Awards anymore, because there's a good chance, a very fat good chance, that our votes just don't matter. As a matter of fact, no, not a chance. I'm sorry, it's 100%. Your votes don't matter. You're only 10% of the vote. There's a player choice award, but that shit, I think player choice should be all of the choices. But since it's not, when you tell me that Easy Allies and Glad and Pride and IGN has a bigger vote than me, Variety and Rolling Stone has a bigger vote than me, no, you can miss me with that shit. But I'm excited for the world premieres that we will see on the 11th. We do have this giant monument that has multiple amalgamations attached to it. It gives me this Game of Thrones feeling when all the daggers are or all the blades are together from the Targaryens, and people are speculating maybe Diablo 4, maybe even like another God of War. I think another person said that there might be I hope it's not Diablo 4. Somebody was saying that it might be a Valve game, but it's not a Valve game. What people have come out to say, or rumor, is some people are saying, oh yeah, it is, that it might actually possibly be a Divinity game. That is from Larian Studios with their Divinity game, and also Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2. Great games, definitely check them out. And this is a little bit of information that has been leaked. I'll give props to Synth Potato on this information, but he says the statue of the Game Awards is almost certainly confirmed now to be a new Divinity game by Larian Studios, as found by this trademark filling. This will be their next game following the 20th. Well, don't say it like that. Otherwise, it's fucking true. Because you're already stating to yourself, saying that it's certainly confirmed. Certainly confirmed does not mean it's confirmed. It means maybe. There's a good chance. Certainly confirmed. So I don't like that flip-floppiness. There's a very good chance that this is not true, but if it does happen, hey, I am good. I love Larian. So Divinity is, I believe, in the same universe as Divinity Original Sin, obviously, but it's more of like a Skyrim-esque or a Morrowind-esque sort of type of game. And I'm excited for it. Let's go ahead and read it. Although the owner of these filings is not listed, the representative ID ties them as the same. The design is unmistakably linked to the franchise created by Larian Studios. The new logo features the aesthetic of previous logo titles, but also a refreshed, modernized font, strongly hinted that this represents a brand new project in the saga rather than a simple release. Now, this could all be just bullshit. Okay, this could all just be bullshit, but it's interesting to hear. And right now it has this long line right here, might actually be this long line right there. And there's also the spikes right there on the side that indicate that over there. And it kind of gives me this Oblivion vibe, that it's like, you know, you open the gate to Oblivion and then that thing opens. But there's also like different pieces. There's an alligator attached to this thing. There's a bear attached to it. It looks like somebody with some armor is attached to it. Obviously, it's giving me this feeling that it's it might be like it requires death to like actually transpire and become alive, which is actually kind of interesting. Very, very interesting. We will see if that's actually true. Some people are saying they're disappointed if it's Larian. Let's be honest, people are going to be disappointed that it's Divinity, because a lot of people, let's be honest, a lot of people have not played Baldur's Gate 3 1 and 2, and a lot of people haven't played Larian's older games, and that makes sense. A lot of people are playing different AAA games, and that's just how those sort of things go, you know. Even though it's a little niche, it's actually starting to come out and more people are playing it, but still awesome, great games. There's even people that haven't played Expedition 33, and there's also people that haven't played Baldur's Gate 3. Hell, there's even people that haven't even played, oh god, what's the game? There's a lot of people that haven't played, what game is it? Kingdoms of Amalur. A lot of people haven't played Kingdoms of Amalur, but that's a fucking great game. A lot of people haven't played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and that's a great game. And even like Space Marine 2, a lot of people haven't played that, and it's also a great game. But like I said, like even though some great games come out and they introduce themselves and they win many awards, there's a good amount of people that are just like, what is this? So a lot of critics have given these two games a great score. Original 2 Definitive Edition, great game, great game. They've been posting out bangers after bangers, and I appreciate that. Here's something from the publishing director from Larian Studios, who has said about this: there aren't currently any plans for a new Divinity Original Sin 3 game, but once we are ready to show what we've been working on, we will. Now, of course, he could be lying, but he could also be telling the truth. I mean, it would be great to, I strongly believe that Larian Studios are focusing on their own platform. I think after the whole debacle with Wizard of the Coast and Larian Studios, they want to do things on their own. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, I don't want to, because there are moments when I'm pretty sure I'm worried about Exodus as well, because these developers, or not developers, but Wizard of the Coast is not the best person to work with. So I get kind of worried when I hear from these developers working with Wizard of the Coast, because they just like to lay off people because they just don't have the money for like literally anything. But we will see. We will see. It's done. It's the Divinity Original Sin 3. And then a guy says, we don't know what it is. This could all just be bullshit. Like I said, this could all be just bullshit, but we will see. I'm super excited to find out, but there is a couple of other pictures right here of different like entities. Like, listen, never underestimate an OCD, like ADHD sort of gamer. Okay, they will snuff this shit out. They will snuff it out. They will. So I'm excited to see what happens. This all could just be fluff. If we get a good game, we get a good game. That's it. But I'm super excited. I'm gonna tell you one thing. If there's a Divinity Original Sin, the next Larian game that comes out, I'm gonna be sniffing for like political virtue signaling bullshit, because I like Sven, I respect him and his team, but sometimes they lean too much into the bullshit. But they do give us choices. They do give us choices. I do like their games, and I don't want to miss out on their games. They're way better than Bethesda, I can tell you that. Bethesda's like, anyway, I don't want to talk about them. But there is a certain thing where I'm just like, are you gonna just do body type A and B, or are you gonna do sex it. 100%. They're probably gonna do it. I believe these motherfuckers are from like from Eastern Europe or something like that. No, not Eastern Europe, but they're definitely from Europe. But there's a good chance that they're gonna keep that shit in. But we will see. I'm wondering if they're gonna back up on that stuff a little bit, especially since it's 2025 and there's a bit of a curve going on, and a lot of people want to push away from the woke shit. Sven Vinka even said that we should stop focusing on politics. So I'm hoping that they push back. He pushes back a little bit, because a lot of people within Larian Studios has a lot of respect for him, and you know, if some random occurrence where he says, hey guys, we should probably just back away from, you know, the whole sort of stuff and do this sort of thing, is he gonna get flack for it? Probably. But this is all hearsay. This is all hearsay. We don't know if we don't even know if this game is gonna happen. I am a little bit worried about Larian Studios' next game, and if Larian Studios' next game is not for me, I still have Tainted Grail, which also has a DLC coming out here real soon. But anyway, I wanted to talk about that. Thank you so much for coming, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Mojave, what? By the way, I've just noticed that it's at the Mojave Desert statue. Well, I don't think the Mojave Desert has anything to do with Fallout. I don't think that has anything to do with Fallout. Yo, what if it's a shitty multiplayer game? No shot. No fucking shot. It's a shitty multiplayer game. I'm not. No. I don't think so. I'm worried though. Definitely worried. What? Hold on. I'm not sure. There was a 2-hour presentation on the Dark Heresy thing, but I don't know. You know what's funny? You want to know what's funny? The amount of fucking... I'm looking at Warhammer 40k. I'm looking at Warhammer 40k Dark Heresy for Owlcat. There's a black woman in there, and I'm just like, you remember the days before 40k when everybody was white? I just find that interesting. Does it make me want to not do anything 40k related? No. But I'm noticing, everybody knows. Anybody that's a 40k fan knows that every single character in pretty much 40k was pretty much white, except the White Scar guy. I think the White Scar, like, captain was like, had an Asian sort of look to him. Was he always Asian? That's a good question. I want to find out. I'm so serious. White. Jagatai Khan, the Primarch of the, I mean, with a name like that, Asian inspired facial features and culture. Here's a breakdown of the depiction, cultural inspiration, the White Scars and their prime. Well, to be fair, the wolves and their Primarch, they have an inspiration for Vikings. And then there is the salamanders that have gray skin. There's a reason for that. To be fair, they're not black. They are no. I'm not gonna play that game. There's some salamanders that obviously are either Asian or black. But definitely, I'm wondering, when did it change? I'm curious. We're basically saying it did happen, but when did it change? Physical phenomena. Unlike some other lesions, like the salamanders and blood angels, whose gene seed causes a distinct uniform physical changes in all recruits regardless of the origin, the White Scar's gene seed does not drastically alter the fundamental ethic features of an aspirant. Recruits from the planets of Terran born White Scars are described as looking physically different from the Gregorian comrades until they adopt the culture and stylings. Khan was scattered across the galaxy as an infant and landed to the planet Kogoris, a world primarily populated by the people of an Asian Mongolian phenotype. The in-universe explanation for this coincidence varies, with some lore suggesting a connection through the warp of the Emperor's design. What? In essence, his appearance is an intentional thematic choice by the creators, deeply ingrained in the character's background from the beginning. Also, if I'm remembering, Vulcan isn't even black. He's just got burnt skin. You know he's black. What? I like how you're the white person saying that, and I'm the black person saying, like, you know that's a nigga. The roles have been reversed. You know. Is she space African or Somalian? I think she might be Somalian. But with that hair, yeah, that's Somalian. I mean, we're talking about 40K, so people are dying. That's definitely Somalian. Okay, all right, let's check out this video. I'm gonna check out a little bit of it because I'm curious about it. I'll check out more Teasmal, even though I don't want to. Oh, I just want to know a little bit. I just want to learn.
So, the presentation that was provided was fairly early in the game. You are going to an area to help a member of the Adepta Sororitas with an issue, specifically a missing person, and you are being sent here by the Lord Inquisitor. But that's not the only thing you'll be doing, because you'll actually meet another Inquisitor, Inquisitor Millicentilia, who also needs help with essentially the same kind of problems. There are people missing, and you need to get to the bottom of it. Now, this portion of the presentation was focused primarily on the investigation systems, and so that's a lot of the info I have here, but there were a couple of other interesting notes. For starters, as we are no longer a rogue trader and our wealth is not infinite basically, this time around vendors will behave pretty much the way vendors would normally work. For every other game, you will have currency that you'll have available to spend on things in the moment, as opposed to the profit factor system of rogue trader. What is intact, however, is the reputation system. So in rogue trader, you would trade goods with those factions and you'll get reputation reputation back. And while you are not trading goods for reputation here, there is a reputation system, and some items from those factions will not be available to you unless you've built up the reputation for them. And I thought that was interesting. Now, from the vendor, they moved on to the investigation scene, and the investigations play out more or less how you would probably expect, but the two things I wanted to note are that it's a slightly more cinematic experience than you would expect. There's like a lot of little cinematics to things, especially when you like interact with a point of interest or part of the investigation. Sometimes there are like cinematics to show you those things in full and kind of get you a little more immersed in that experience. And I think that stuff combined with the full voice acting this time around is probably going to sit pretty through the investigation.
Is there anything else?
Speaking of those investigations, a really big part of that is definitely the skill check side of things, to the point where I would say answers wrong and stuff like that. Basically, what are the consequences of this situation? And I think the answer to this question actually sums up the investigation system really well, and the gist of it is basically that you are the judge here. You are deciding what happened, officially speaking.
Okay, Dark Heresy looks fine, but I'm not really too focused on it. Cyberpunk is now apparently doing a card game, and I hate that that is a thing they are doing again. I'm not even touching that shit. I already did the whole Gwent thing. I'm done. Yeah, fuck that. Anyway, let's focus. All right, everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and Witches, how y'all doing? And Merry Christmas. We are here with another Kotaku video. These people know video games. They know video games so well that they can't stop thinking about them. Especially, they can't stop thinking and talking about Veilguard. They just can't get Veilguard out of their mouths. So we got a thing by Kenneth Shepard. Yep, that's the most beta name I've ever heard. But he says, Dragon Age Day comes and goes in complete silence just 1 year after Veilguard. Kenneth? Why do you think that is? Why is it that Mass Effect Day or N7 Day actually had a little bit of people talking? It had a little bit of growth, but for some odd reason, Dragon Age Day, which by the way, this first time I fucking heard about it, Dragon Age Day didn't even happen. I understand that communities like to make days like this, but I think N7 Day was actually made by the developers. To be honest, I would never make these sort of days. I would let the community make these own days. I wouldn't make them myself, because it's just like sooner or later, your game either is going to change completely and nobody's going to like it. And then this is going to happen where you're like, Dragon Age Day happened and nobody came. And I'm over here just like, what's Dragon Age Day? And even if there is a Dragon Age Day, why would you think we would talk about Veilguard on Dragon Age Day? So let's go ahead and read this. December 4th is Dragon Age Day, the unofficial day fans of BioWare fantasy RPG anthologies celebrate the series. Last year, the studio earnestly participated. The Dragon Age The Veilguard was only about a month old at the time. So BioWare released the game wait, what did you say? So BioWare released the game's incredible character creator for free. And what do you mean for free? It's supposed to be for free. By the way, it wasn't fucking incredible. You dumbass. It wasn't incredible. And of course it would be for free. It's part of the game. Anyway, continue. And broke down early player choices on social media. This year, there wasn't a peep from the studio on the matter. Not even a single mention of the franchise that was once won best game at the Game Awards. Not anymore. Do you want to know why that is? It's because maybe the great character creator that you were talking about, where people can cut their tits off and they can have no ass and the characters all look like men, maybe that's why. Maybe it's the fact that every character has a big head with a shorter body. Yeah, everybody's running around with big head mode. You ever thought about that? That every character had this uncanny valley sort of look to them? Get the fuck out of here. If you look at BioWare's Dragon Age social accounts, the last time the studio used the game's X account was repost an ad of the Veilguard on the EA Play subscription service on August 28th. The developer's official blog's last post was on November 7th, celebrating Mass Effect's equivalent holiday, N7 Day, which had a small update on the upcoming fifth game and the Amazon television series. You'll find no such post about Dragon Age. You want to know what's funny, Shepard? You want to know what's so funny, Shepard? It's the fact that if they fuck up on Mass Effect, or it just comes out and barely anybody cares, and it doesn't do anything, BioWare's dead. Completely. There will not be a Dragon Age Day. There will not be an N7 Day. And guess what? You will be partly to blame for it, Kotaku. You came out and said, hey, Veilguard, baby, 9 out of 10. Yes, absolutely. Best game ever. Everyone else in the world said it looked like hot garbage. But you fed them. You fed them so well. You were all you still got Veilguard in your mouth. You know that? You still got a little Veilguard on your lip. You couldn't stop. And then this is where they're at. Now, to be honest, you're only partly to blame. The full blame is on BioWare. And no, I'm not gonna be fucking gaslit by fucking losers on the internet saying, oh, it's EA's fault. No, it's poor leadership from BioWare. Point blank fucking period. Let's continue. God, what fucking happened to accountability up in this bitch? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck happened to accountability? I'm cool. BioWare has admitted it's become a one game studio after massive layoffs back in January. So there is no, you know, this is not your first layoff, right? This is not, even before Veilguard came out, you know there were massive layoffs before that, right? You know that, right? That they kept on fucking up. And then the developers decided, how about we just keep on staying the course? How about we as developers keep on staying the course and saying yes to everything that EA says, and then just fuck up even more. And at the same time, let's put our own political ideology in fucking everything. That's what they did. You have to have conversations with your publisher and say no and say yes and then say no and then make compromises and make deals. But you didn't do that. And now EA is not getting money and BioWare is not getting any money. Your leaders are shit. That's why some of them are making indie games that will never be recognized. That's why David Gator just made a fucking shitty TikTok video game and it barely got any views. That's where we're at right now. Obsidian is right around the corner with the same bullshit. However, they got Tim Kaine working at Obsidian. There might be a slight adjustment, but I think it'll still be the same. Let's continue. I apologize. BioWare has admitted it's become a one game studio after massive layoffs back in January. So there's no fifth Dragon Age game in the works, but the silence also casts a shadow on the RPG series past. That's fine. Some other game will come out with an RPG that'll be much better and it will fill that gap. That's just how it is. I'm already past the grace period where I'm just like, this is my RPG. Well, I already had a taste of other RPGs and I feel much better. But sometimes after breaking up with your ugly fucking girlfriend with the fucking horns and the fucking so I'm non-binary, sometimes after you break up with that, you got to move on and find other fishes in the sea. In the months since, BioWare has gutted the veteran talent, and the Dragon Age, the Veilguard, was thrown under the bus by parent company Electronic Arts, rightfully so. Developers have been candid about how the Dragon Age team felt like it wasn't treated fairly by the broader company. No, they did that on themselves. Yeah, you can say EA was partly to blame, but it's mostly BioWare. You remember that time that EA said, make it a multiplayer, and then you should have came up. This is what you should have done. This is the conversation you should have had with EA, BioWare. Here it comes. Hey guys, what if you made a multiplayer Dragon Age? You know, a multiplayer Dragon Age? And then you just come up to EA and say, you remember Anthem? How did that go? And then they would look at each other and then look at you and be like, never mind. Yeah, make Dreadwolf a one-player game. Never mind. Yeah, I totally forgot about Anthem. You're absolutely right. Yeah. This is what I'm fucking talking about. Because you remember when Mark Dara said on his with Maddie Plays? You remember when Mark Dara said he was when he was talking to one of the Electronics Arts developers that the Electronics Arts publisher said, "I'm surprised you're fucking still here." That is such a fucking diss. That means BioWare has been that means Electronics Arts has been making Mark Dara choke on their dick, and he stayed. He got fucked in the ass by EA so hard, and EA is just like, oh my god, I just fucking pounded your ass and you're still working for me. You're still here at BioWare. That's insane, bruh. Oh my god. Anyway, keep working on that Veilguard. Chop chop. Just no sense of testosterone, just no sense of self-respect. Anyway, jeez. In the months since BioWare has gutted a veteran talent, yep, we already heard that, the Veilguard's messy production saw the game rebooted from a live service no one wanted into a single-player RPG that miraculously came out feeling like the character-driven epics BioWare is associated with. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I don't know that BioWare. I don't know what the fuck, where the fuck you came from. That wasn't the BioWare or Dragon Age I wanted. What are you talking about? After the game didn't reach internal projections out of the gate, no shit, huh? EA downsized BioWare and has focused the company exclusively on Mass Effect and implied that the Veilguard may have reached a broader audience if it had stayed a live service game no one asked for. Who said that? EA downsized BioWare and has focused the company exclusively on Mass Effect and implied that the Veilguard may have reached a broader audience if it had stayed a live service game no one asked for. Nope. No. I'm sick and tired of you fucking losers out there saying, hey, maybe the multiplayer could have worked. Some things deserve to die. I'm sick and tired of people saying, hey, what if we did this with the game? It could have worked. And there's nobody out there to tell them, hey, you're good at this because we've already seen you do this and you sucked at it. If I had a motherfucker who worked on drawing and I just started making him work on programming, the hard stuff, the coding and all that, the person that draws the concept art, and I put him in programming, you do realize that that's going to fuck the game, right? Basically what I'm saying is, do not put your how did Redfall do? How did Arcane Studios, who did Redfall, do? The multiplayer game that Arcane Studios is not known for. They're known for Dishonored. How did that go? Oh, we gonna blame Xbox on that shit? We're just gonna blame the publishers every fucking time now? Every single time? Nah, fuck that shit. You guys signed up for that shit. You said, yeah, man. Yes, Amasa. I sing, I dance for you. Want me to make? That's you, BioWare. So perhaps it's for the best that BioWare didn't acknowledge Dragon Age this year. If the company had ever made a tweet or blog post expressing its love for the world of Thetis and pride in having brought it to life, the messaging would have come across as tone deaf after the hell its team reportedly went through. At least this way, the fans and creatives who made these games get the day to themselves without it being co-opted by a studio and publisher that treated them like second-class citizens. Now the Dragon Age team gets the final word. No, you do realize that EA liked Mass Effect more than Dragon Age because Mass Effect was done pretty well, art-wise, art design-wise, and story-wise, and RPG-wise. Dragon Age was really fun and it was really good for me, but nobody, you remember when you guys kept on saying, oh man, every Dragon Age they changed the theme, and you guys thought that like, oh shit, well that's just how we do things. How the fuck did that work out? I thought that was the dumbest shit I ever fucking heard, when people were like, oh, in each game they have some sort of different feel, and I'm over here like, nah nigga, go back to Origins. Go back to Origins. I know Inquisition did well, but please go back to Origins. That everybody keeps on talking about Origins because we had something right there, and we could have grown from that and made Origins a more modernized version for like Dreadwolf. We could have had that. And then more people would come to Dragon Age without the political weird bullshit and the fucking trans consultant. Without all that bullshit, they could have been recognized by EA more. It's like, oh shit, you know what? We already liked Mass Effect, but now we also like Dragon Age now. Oh man, we're getting money from both sides. Wow. Maybe I should leave it up to you guys. I should leave it up to you guys. What are you guys gonna work on next? And then I would be like, well, you'll figure it out. He's like, well, he's the leader. He's the one bringing the cheddar. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm coming from? How the fuck are you going to do a contract and a deal and a merger with EA and not think 5 or 10 years later? How are you gonna do that? I'm serious right now. I'm serious because I'm getting a little heated right now. I'm gonna turn this thing on real quick. How are you gonna do a merger and say, yes, you can own my shit and tell me what to do with my own shit? And then in turn, we'll get money to be able to make video games. How are you not thinking, oh man, we need to think 5 or 10 years later, so, you know, we can make sure that we make the games the way we want them to make? No, you dumb fucks signed up with EA and said, I didn't read the fine print. Fuck you. And fuck you too, Kotaku. Anyway, that's all I got. What if we grifted off the multiplayer? Imagine telling your past selves, yo, it's gonna get worse than Dragon Age 2. Oh god, yeah. I could see myself 30 to 40 years of still complaining about what they did to Dragon Age when they released Veilguard. It's because these fucking freaks, bro. It's because they keep on coming out like Veilguard was the best thing since sliced bread. And it pisses me the fuck off. And I'm like, I gotta say something about this bullshit. I gotta say something about this bullshit. I'm sick and tired of like, I'm okay with customers or gamers saying, oh, I like Veilguard. Fine, whatever. Go fuck yourself. But when Kotaku or IGN says, oh, me so honey. No, that's where you lose me. If Veilguard was a new IP, its own franchise, I would most likely not have complained as much as I did, but they had to go and ruin Dragon Age. If it was, I'll be honest. Hold on. You bring up a good point. Hold on. Give me the wokest game on Steam. Give me the wokest game on Steam that's an RPG. Anybody got one? You know what? Actually, we already got one. It's not an RPG though. Do you want to see the numbers? No, that's not fair. No, that doesn't count. I'm gonna change up. If it was its own IP, because I need an indie game that is woke on its own. I'm afraid to check this out. I'm afraid to check this out. I'm afraid to find this out. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to see a woke game that has companions that you can actually have relationships with, and they made this game completely on its own and not co-opted it from another IP? Here is a game called Date Everything. Date Everything is literally everything that the Veilguard devs loves, and it's its own IP. Completely its own IP. Completely. It's got companions, and then you fuck the companions. It's really fucking weird. And this is what they got. This would be Veilguard. If it wasn't Dragon Age, it would be Veilguard, the Date Everything game, not even attached to Dragon Age. This is what Dragon Age would be. This is what the Veilguard would be, not attached to Dragon Age. Not at all. Nope. I'm just saying, bro. Sorry, I probably just flash banged you guys. I apologize. Does Dustborn count? Ooh, Dustborn's a good one. Ooh, I think Dustborn is even worse, but yes, your mic sounds a little static. It does. I thought I fixed this. Static. Okay. Let me fix it. Your ass is sounding more static than Starscream. God, it's that bad. Okay. Yeah, there's some static, and now and then, if you're using a voice meter, then you can restart the driver. Hold on.
Hey, some weird mail came for me, Bobby Bob.
Zerial, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Some static. Do you still hear the static after I just turned something off? I just turned something on. Mic sounds good now. I'll wait for 2 more people to say something. I came here after my husband XCOM has sex? What the fuck? Disgusting. I think it's the fan. Oh my god. Oh god. I thought you guys were on my side. You guys came to my channel and said all of you guys were single. Now you guys are telling me you're fucking married? not that long ago, actually. Gross. That's gross. That reminds me of it reminds me of a skit. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay. Bye, Dad.
Have fun at school, bud. Hey, little man.
That's your son?
Yeah, that's my son.
So you did it then?
What?
You had the sex
What's up?
with a woman?
Oh.
How dare you?
Hey, babe. Hey, babe.
Ah!
Who's this?
Silence, wench! You laid with this harpy.
Okay, kid, that's my wife.
Spare me your malcontent. I will not hear your siren song. In all my 8 years, never have I seen such petulance, such disregard, such decay.
Alright, motherfucker want the smoke, you gonna get it.
Go back to the shadow.
Little bro want the smoke.
I have toiled with beasts of smoke and fire all my life, sir.
Talking shit.
I am the smoke.
Hey, Timmy, what's going on here?
They did the sex.
That's gross.
That's fucking gross, bro. You had the sex? Wow. Fucking gross, bro. Spare me your malcontent. I will not hear your siren song. When your voice is low, it's not that bad. It sounds fine now. When my voice is low, so that means you're saying that I'm creeping up. So when I go up too high, so I sound good when I'm low, but when I'm too high, how do I take care of this? Hold on. Testing. Okay. Testing. I'll check that out. We'll see. Yeah. I'm trying, guys. I'm still trying to figure out how to take care of the pitch, because it always happens when I'm too loud, correct? And every time when I put on a limiter, shit just happens. Okay. I'm gonna put on a limiter, and I'm gonna put the limiter at like 10. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna shoot my shot. All right, I'm gonna shoot my shot. Now it sounds fine overall. Don't worry about it. Gotcha. I mean, it could be worse. I could be having sex with a woman. Fucking disgusting. All right. Let's do this. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode here, where nothing's easy. Warriors and wenches, how y'all doing? And Merry Christmas. We are here to see what is going on with TV. I know that there's a whole crazy thing. Thank you, Undead. Appreciate it. I know there's a whole crazy thing going on with Warner Brothers, how Netflix is trying to buy Warner Brothers, but then out of nowhere, Paramount is trying to buy Warner Brothers. And it's just an ongoing, like, fucking, like, entertainment war between who's going to own Warner Brothers. At the end of the day, whoever's trying to sell Warner Brothers is going to be filthy rich. Meanwhile, everything that we love and hold dear is going to fucking suck. Now, I'll be honest, if Warner Brothers was to take, Paramount was to take Warner Brothers, it would be less of a blow. I hope there's less woke shit. But I'm going to tell you right now, if Netflix takes fucking Warner Brothers, fuck that, bro. Because we're talking about a monopoly here. If Netflix takes Warner Brothers. Anyway, that's a different conversation altogether. Right now, we're going to talk about LGBT characters are being canceled. About 50% of them, I believe. And GLAAD finds it. Now, you're probably wondering, why are we talking about this? This is not related to video games. Actually, it kind of is. GLAAD. Do you know where GLAAD came from? You want to know who has a bigger vote than you on the Video Game Awards? GLAAD. Easy Allies. Pride, GLAAD, and Easy Allies has more of a pull on who gets the bigger vote than you, the people that play video games. So them being upset that there's going to be less LGBT characters and their shows have been canceled, or you know how most things, especially when it comes to Netflix, there's always a 2-season like cancellation. Like every time when you see something new on Netflix, you got to think to yourself, should I be invested in this bullshit, or is it going to get canceled on the second season like always? But I'm happy for this. I think this should happen. I honestly believe that you need subtlety when it comes to having gay characters or trans characters. Otherwise, it just comes out as forced. Now, I'm not saying that they should not be in movies. I think having different spectrums in the movie, it doesn't matter. If you got a movie and it comes out and you want to put this in the movie, that's fine. It's when you do it on projects that already have a founding. Like, let's say they want to make a black Batman. I'd be mad about that shit. It's like, oh, you want to make a black Batman? No, that motherfucker's white, okay? All right, I don't know any black Bruce Wayne out there in the world, okay? No, there's none. Anyway, let's read this. As GLAAD releases the 20th anniversary edition of its Where We Are on TV report, LGBT representation appears to be a pace of 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. That's good. Despite the 2025 report, read it here, showing a slight uptick from the last year's 468 to 489 LGBT characters across all platforms. That number takes a major blow as more than 200, which is 41%, of those characters will not return due to series cancellations, endings, or limited series formats. Now, I'm going to be honest here. Do I really care? No. Because all that I care about, or all that you care about, is your enjoyment. As long as you enjoy the show, that's what matters. Entertainment is the key to have your. It turns out when you watch the TV, you want to waste time and have some entertainment. The last thing you want is for you to watch the first season of something, and then the second season is all about some side character that's coming out of the closet, and you're like, why are we focused on this bitch? All right, well, why are we on this? You remember that Sabrina the Teenage Witch return on Netflix? I was kind of into that Sabrina the Teenage Witch thing a little bit on Netflix, and then on the next season they were just like, let's concentrate on this girl that's trying to be a boy. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Go back to Sabrina. And then I just left. I was done with that shit. I was like, go away, please. I was done. But here's what I'm saying. Why is it that GLAAD is so fucking focused on these LGBT characters being snuffed out? Well, it's a perfect answer. It's because that's the only thing that they really care about. That's the only thing that they're focusing on. How is it that they're more focused on people having jobs or you know, having trans people or gay people having jobs than people being entertained at their homes. I find that very funny. I strongly believe that GLAAD is just an activist, sort of like you know, social media, a place that only cares about that. Anyway, let's continue. Of the departing characters, the report tracked a large concerning number of trans inclusion series that had ended, including 911, Lone Star, Chaos, and Clean Slate. I'll never watch those shows. While the number has slightly increased year over year from 24 to 33, only 4 of those characters are on shows and renewals. Those are going to be gone too next. Anyway, they say this: television is a powerful medium. You do realize it sounds like you're more focused on, so you, let me just finish it, okay? I'll say my piece, cause I like to hear each and every piece of what they say. Each word matters. Sometimes even silence matters, but these words, they matter. I want to hear what they're gonna say. Let me go ahead and say the whole thing. Television is a powerful medium because these characters grow and evolve over the years alongside the audience. The report reads, when so many series are only being greenlit for short runs and seasons themselves are getting shorter, the potential larger impact of the characters disappears. Less than half of the LGBT characters counted appear on renewed series, and with the loss comes a loss of possibility for impact that continues for years, and with an audience creating social change. First of all, there's only a small amount of people that actually care about these characters, and secondly, there's been a lot of shows even that are not even related to like wokeism. There's even games that are, I mean, not games, but there's even television series that are being completely obliterated because Netflix just doesn't care about them anymore. You would see something that's like, oh shit, the first season of this, bro, this is so good, I hope Netflix keeps it. No, but you know what they're gonna keep? They're gonna keep Stranger Things. You know they're gonna keep Stranger Things. They're not gonna let that shit go. But a series that's so good and devoid of any wokeism, it's a roll of the dice, to be honest. And I kind of feel like it's a 70-30. There's 70% chance that new season is going to be gone. There's a lot of good South Korean TV series on Netflix, and a lot of them actually don't necessarily get snuffed, but they do get snuffed from Netflix. Like, those series continue sometimes on Netflix, but they also continue off of Netflix because there's even South Korean, you know, streaming platforms that I go to and I watch like certain stuff, and they're really, really fucking good. Like, I think the last thing that I watched on Netflix was Kingdom, and it was like a old school South Korean martial arts / zombie show that I thought was pretty good. And if I remember correctly, they didn't fucking finish it. They totally fucking forgot about it. And maybe it had to do with COVID, I'm not sure, but I haven't seen it in a while. It's a really good fucking show. It's just one of those series where I'm just like, please finish it. And I just don't know. But I know certain shows on Netflix, they want them to go. They want them to go. But here's the thing that I'm reading right here. They say television is a powerful medium because these characters grow and evolve over the years alongside the audience. First of all, fuck you. You don't fucking know me, okay? Don't stop pretending like you know the fucking audience, okay? The audience can do without you, okay? I've been seeing white, normal grandmas and mothers watching certain shows that they like, and that all of a sudden they force feed identity politics out of nowhere. And then I'm watching grandma, there's some TikToks of people watching their show completely crumble because they're just like, oh, what is this? Turn it off, I'm gonna go finish cooking. That's you guys. No subtlety, nothing. Just boom, right on there. No subtlety. It's just no longer are you the main, is the main character the main character. Now it's about that side character weirdo to the side. In a year that saw diversity, equity, inclusion, see, they love this fucking show. Word. Programs take hits at several major studios shows like HBO Max, Just Like That, Prime Video's Harlem, Hulu's Prime Video's Harlem, and Hulu's Mid-Century Modern, and Netflix Heartstopper are all over or coming to an end. You know what Hulu's show is still going on? Jack Reacher. You want to know why Jack Reacher is still going? I'll show you why. I'll show you why. You want to know why Jack Reacher is still going? I'll show you. I'll show you. That's why. I know it's kind of bad. That's why. That's why Jack Reacher is still going. I like it because this guy punches somebody in the face and his head pops off. Or there's fucking gunfights and shit. That's why. I got a better picture. You want me to give you a better picture? I'll give you a better one. Nah, that one sucks. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Why are they all small? What the fuck is going on? Give me a, thank you. God damn. Actually, this is an Amazon original, not on Hulu. My bad. This is why Jack Reacher's still going, okay? All right? And sometimes I feel like the ladies are watching Jack Reacher more than me. I don't know. I don't know why. Can you take a guess why? I don't know. So you're telling me that your gay LGBT like virtue signaling forced diversity shit is not working, but the ladies frothing in the mouth over Reacher, one show is toppling all of you guys? Bro, that's crazy. But I don't know about you guys. I don't know about you guys. Reacher's good. Reacher's real good. It's still going. And you know what? I'm fine with it. I don't know about you guys. You guys might think like, oh man, he's a racist. And I'm over here like, yeah. But anyway, all I care about is my enjoyment. That's all I care. You guys only care about your enjoyment. And that's all that matters. When people come to my channel and they're not entertained, guess what? They have a freedom to leave. Boom, that's it. That's it. There's no like, shit, well, it just means I have to do better. That's it. That's it. That's the trick of the trade. You see what I'm saying? And so when I don't deliver for the said customer, the people that enjoy and are entertained, because that's all they care about is being entertained, not, oh, well, wouldn't it be cool if the Targaryens were black? No. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for seeing this video. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Yo, I want to watch Reacher. I need to watch it all the way from the fucking beginning. I need to watch it from the fucking beginning. Amazing show, good cast. Yes, very, 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 very. Really good. Really fucking good. I personally think South Korea does series and movies better than Hollywood. True. There are some things in these South Korean videos and movies that I'm just like, bro, you can't do that. You can't do that. And I'm like, I'm watching it and I'm just like, bro, that's fucked up. You wouldn't be able to do that in fucking Hollywood right now. Hollywood's in a fucking mess. I just find it, see, and when you do this and you deliver, like, you remember back in the day when Game of Thrones came out, like the first, second, or third season, We didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen, okay? They just did things. And I was like, there's no way they're putting this on the fucking TV screen. And then they would do it. And then later on, they would flounder and be like, well, women empowerment and all that. And then fucking that one bitch, Arya Stark. Listen, fuck you if you totally didn't watch Game of Thrones, but I'm gonna spoil it. Arya Stark killed the fucking the winter thing, like the whole thing. And I'm just like, how is she able to do that? And what happened to Jon Snow? I'm over here just like, bro, Jon Snow is supposed to be the guy, and then they just threw him to the side, and Arya Stark was like everything. I'm telling you right now, like the perfect ending would have been Jon Snow with his redheaded bitch, and they just went over past the past the gate, and then they just lived as wildlings, just banging and banging. Unfortunately, they're probably going to make children and have like 5 kids. That should have been the ending, but no. Arya Stark is the fucking like champion. They just threw Jon Snow under the bus. I fucking hated it. My wife watches Korean dramas and K-pop and shit. She had the dragons. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. That was in relation to Game of Thrones. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I do want to finish up Reacher. I do. Okay. We are done with those videos. Thank you so much for coming for the videos. Right now we're gonna play Escape from Tarkov, because you want to know why? I am not giving up on Escape from Tarkov. I've been playing a little bit. I'm trying to get better. And yeah, I'm probably gonna die tonight, but I'm gonna do my best. We're gonna play some video games, because that's what we're supposed to do. Play video games instead of talking about video games. Why am I hiding those? Let's put it over here. Right over here. There we go. Why am I hiding those? Didn't she die in the end and Jon Snow took over? She did pass away. Or she went against Jon Snow. She did die. I'm just saying it would have been a cool ending, because I know Game of Thrones isn't all sunshine and rainbows. I'm just saying, give my boy Jon Snow something. I rode through Game of Thrones all the way through because I was rooting for Jon Snow. I was rooting for Jon Snow all the way. That was my boy. And when he was clapping redheaded cheeks, okay, I'm over here just like, bro, get it, please. Yeah, when he was, I'm over here like, yes, Jon Snow got the girl. Finally, he's no longer a virgin. And then they were just like, you will get with the Targaryen bitch. And I'm like, what a fucking downgrade. How you gonna let my boy Jon Snow get with the Targaryen bitch, the Lady of Dragons, after she got railed by a fucking Jakari? I'm over here like, bro, you gotta get the sloppy seconds? Come on now, bro. Come on. He had the redhead and everything, and they were just like, we will kill her and give you this guy. Whoa. I got the right one. AK. Whoa. My bad. I'll tell you how Warhammer Fantasy ended. Two motherfuckers fought over a dope ass fucking magical hammer. You want to know what's funny? Yeah. What? Yeah, it was Jason Momoa. I'm like, bro, he's like, well, my Jason Momoa died, so I guess I'll be with you now. And I'm like, wow. She was kind of hot. She was. What was the rock song? Well, that rock song? I don't know, but it was good. I'm gonna put it back on. Yeah, there's nothing saying it. Just look up Escape from Tarkov music. Easily fine. Look up the game and then look up the music. Easy fine. Okay, we got a Kalashevnon. So. Okay. I wish I had a mount. That would have been nice. Okay. I know we're set. But we're gonna start with our scav. Still can't believe Jason Momoa died in that series. Like, what the fuck? Also, Barastian Selmy, he was a goat in the books. I noticed all the dudes were dying and all the women were surviving. You notice that? I hated every second of it. All the dudes were dying and all the women were surviving, and I was like, what the fuck? All right, time to get better. All right, I'm not giving up. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna lay you down. Never gonna run around and hurt you. I'm trying to figure out how to put funny video clips on my screen so I can press a button and then like a funny video would pop up. And then it would bring... I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. You really gotta read the Go Trek and the Felix books, man. Those books are peak fantasy. I don't... Is that what they're called? I like that art. The first omnibus. Yeah, I like the art. Troll Slayer. Chat. You know how Warhammer Age of Sigmar is not really seen that much, but 40K is seen a lot? Well, I just think it's funny that Age of Sigmar is easily forgotten, but 40K is remembered. But for some odd reason, Age of Sigmar has white people everywhere. So Age of Sigmar, that is easily forgotten about, has all white characters, but 40K, that is widely loved more than Age of Sigmar, changed most of their characters for a modern audience. Don't you think that's kind of interesting? I just think that's kind of interesting. It's like, they're like, oh, nobody cares about Age of Sigmar, leave it alone. And then they see 40K and they're like, oh, what if we put black women in here? Oh my god, bro, what if we put, it makes sense. Let's lie to our audience, it makes sense. Let's put some Asian women in here. I'm like, why is there no Asians or black people in Age of Sigmar? The name of the book is The Monster to be slayed in the book, just how we like it, baby. Yeah, I like it. Age of Suckmar? Shut up. Alright, this thing needs to load. Hurry up. Age of Ligmar. Age of Ligma balls. So I do like some of the Age of Sigmar lore. You like some of it? Is Age of Sigmar too simplistic? That's why people don't like it? Or maybe the fact that Age of Sigmar is less chaotic than 40k, the Grim Dark? I don't know. I'm just curious as to I think the fact that it's big dudes in big armor. That's the biggest selling point to 40k, is big dudes in big armor. Because the Chaos Gods are also in the Age of Sigmar, so that's no different. So you have to figure out, why do people like 40k more? And I'm like, okay. Shh. Woo! Nice. My take is that people hate Age of Sigmar for two reasons mostly. Warhammer Fantasy was unceremoniously killed off with end times. End times. You got to be more specific. I'm probably interested in finding that. Was a failed attempt by Games Workshop to merge the fan bases of Fantasy and 40K to sell even more minis. Maybe that failure is actually a bonus. You know what I mean? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, you know. I'll be right back. We do not speak of the end times. Okay, all right. But what I was trying to say is, like, unfortunately, you guys have to deal with greedy corporations that have taken something that you enjoyed. So now it's come to this moment where it's just like, what do you do? Maybe, how do I say this? Maybe it's best that it's just not seen because they'll just fuck it up anyway. I just think it's funny that there's no black people in fucking Age of Sigmar and they won't even touch that shit. But as soon as Age of Sigmar gets noticed, they're like, put a black woman in it and make her gay. It's like, oh man. I'm like, oh, now we're bringing in the black people. So you know what I mean? Or it's just like, now we're black people. Unbelievable. Oh shit, I like this book bag. Oh hells yeah, I like this book bag. Oh, we gotta get the body armor too. Can't forget the body armor. Helmets are nice. Gotta get the helmet. Maybe I got too many shotguns. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Maybe I got too many shotguns. I can't believe I just said that. That was the fucking gayest thing I've ever fucking said. Boom. I can keep all this. I don't care about it. The shades, yeah, fuck yeah, give me the shades. What else are we gonna sell? That's it. That's it.
Ну что, неплохой.
End times are a funny GW fanfic of how the main characters of the lore died in a dumb and humiliating way. Oh, you mean like Neverwinter Nights 2? Well, something like that. Fucking ridiculous. This still makes me laugh how Repanse de Leon saved the whole of Britonia from chaos, but couldn't be a magic grail knight because she was a woman. Yeah, maybe Age of Sigmar is in a perfect spot. Okay, maybe Age of Sigmar and it is really in a perfect spot because they're just like just good enough to keep it above ground, but not famous enough for them to put woke bullshit on that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't get famous. Just be above water. Perfect. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Turns out every year, we have repeated what Thanos has said. Don't you find that funny? We keep on going back to what Thanos has said. Oh, that was for the Warhammer Fantasy, not Age of Sigmar. Still the same thing. Still. Sorry. I noticed I had ghostly hands and I had to take care of it. So, apparently I heard that I really do need to take care of my tasks. Yeah, I really need to take care of my tasks, especially if it's in relation to, what is this? What is this? I've never seen this. Purchase on website? Gotta pay out of the ass for certain things. Got you. I'm curious on how much this stuff has cost. USEC Special Forces. Special Ops. USEC Deep Recon. Dig the green. I'm curious as to how much that costs, but I'm not even gonna ask. Yep, I'm not even gonna ask.
Заходи.
It's the interchange. Heard a motorized group north of Ultra. Everything as you said.
Брат, ты меня за
Play
дурака
dumb
не
with me,
держи,
alright?
понял?
North of Ultra
Там
is
к
just a
северу
railway
ЖД пути
tracks.
только, и
Force
леса-то
is really
считай
tiny.
нет. Если работу
Like
не
9 and 6,
сделаешь,
if you don't
сюда
do
не
your
ходи
job
больше.
properly, don't bother coming back. I got my bearings wrong. I'll come back later. I don't know what that was about.
Заходи, заходи.
Gotta work
Прости,
for
брат,
me?
сейчас ничего нет.
Okay, I gotta go.
Ага, на связи тогда.
Yeah, I know it's a handover.
Здравствуйте. Что-то срочное?
Grandma!
К сожалению, пока ничего
Okay,
нет.
so I do have to finish this
Зайдите
one.
позже.
Alright, yeah, let's go.
Не забудьте снять бахилы на выходе.
Gotta risk my character again. That's 20. What's that mission again? Hand over the items. Wait, that's it? Hand over the items. Find solo first aid kits. Okay, alright, yeah. We just need one. I think I want to focus just on that. Fuck. Alright, let's do it. Fuck! Come on, don't die. Don't die. I could just chill for a second. Ugh. Please don't die. I wish the matchmaking was quicker. No. Urban responser. I like the Ranger green. Vanguard's all right. Ooh, the deadly frog. I like the deadly frog. Okay, the special ops looks like trash, but the deadly frog looks good. Deadly frog and the Vanguard. Deadly frog and the Ranger. Yeah. Wait, how much did it cost? I didn't look. It doesn't matter. We got a game. Let's do this. Let's not die. Oh my god. God, man. I just need to get out there. There's a lot of people out there without armor, and that one guy only had a gun. I lost all my shit. Yep. All of it's gone. Hmm. PM. Ah, it's fine. Am I pissed? Yep. Yes, I am. Okay. Mm, 366 bolt action rifle. Ah, it's fine. Mm. 918. Ah, I'll be fine. I'm just pissed. Oh, these I need to be filled. Alright, that's all I got. It is what it is. It is what it is. What's up, Venom? Nice Christmas letter. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. What are you laughing about, Venom? But what are you laughing about? You gotta watch Total Warhammer 3 Tides of Torment to check a gameplay showcase. Why? Selected the wrong one? No, you didn't. He was laughing at me, and he was smooching with my brother. I'm hungry. Hungry for this. I first need to find the hospital so I can get the hospital supplies so I can keep the story going, because more of the place opens up when I do that. That has the new Slanesh Lord. Better look hot. Tides of Torm. Might as well look at it right now.
Poor lost soul. A servant.
Get back to it. Should I had my gun up. We finally got a hot Slanesh lady after so long. Yeah, I guess so.
To your masters. What has loyalty given? Where has devotion led?
What's up, Mike?
Shed it all. Change is painful, but pain brings freedom.
It's not that bad. Not that bad. Not that hot, but it's not that bad. Love your sweater. Thank you, man. All right, back to me dying. Yeah, I love that. Back to me dying. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm just not into Total Warhammer because the strategy type game. Well, one, none of those DLCs for free. Check out Warhammer. Like, check it all out. Well, look at this. Look at this. Look at this fucking bullshit. I'm not interested in Total Warhammer because this shit looks like this. Look at this. And they love doing this bullshit. They love doing this bullshit. They're like, oh, the game is... Oh, well, right now the base game is on sale for 15 bucks. But what they like to do is they like to do the same thing as Paradox. They like to split all the factions, just all the factions just off. Ooh, each and every one. Ooh, out of here, out of here, out of here, out of here. Ooh, this is one of those you better be a fan moment. It's fucking greed. So I'm never gonna touch that game. I'm never gonna touch that game and never see it. No. Just no. No. I don't care how fun it is. It's like, oh man, those people look cool. Oh, I need money for that. Well, these people look cool. Oh, I need money for that too. Well, what about these guys? Oh, never mind. My bad. I need money again. I need money again. My bad. I was... Nah. Nope. Bro, I have nothing left. Incompatible. Wait, unload? What does it look like? M9? Yeah. Yeah, so... For a shot. That's all I got. That's all I got. Yeah, I heard DLCs for Warhammer 2 carry over to the third game. It's just... It's one of those things where it's like you got to be dedicated or not at all. You're either in or you're out. It's kind of like Escape from Tarkov. You're either in or you're out. There's no like once you're in this game, you gotta work at it. I feel like I have to take down a fucking mortgage to get all the stuff. Yeah, that I think that's one of the business plans that I think is really stupid that they add, where it's just like I want to look at Games Workshop and be like, oh, okay, you got all these DLCs from 2 and then the 3. Okay, they mesh together. Tell me, look at this store page. What does it look like? Yeah, they see the game, the full game up there, but look down below. You notice how the game magically turns from this amount to this large amount? And you know what the gamer's gonna think? The gamer's gonna think, oh man, well, all the good stuff is in the DLC, and do I need it? And it's like, no, you don't need it, but it's like, don't like it. All the Total Warhammer 3 dwarf players fucking quit. Yeah, that checks out. Special lords and units. I know champions are locked, but I know that there's certain factions that are locked. There, aren't there? That's still extra content that's like you gotta kind of get. Yo, get through the... Bro. I was out in 2 seconds. Anyway, T'Challa's desire of war can be denied no longer, baby. I don't know what that means. I'm not that into Warhammer, guys. When you say certain things, I'm like, I have no idea what that means. But go ahead and say it. I hope chat and I hope chat knows. I listen. I can only do so much Warhammer. There's so much lore. I go to sleep to the lore. At least you guys got some good ass Warhammer and 40k. Me? My thing was Dragon Age. I don't got that anymore. Fucking lucky bastards. I'm gonna raw dog it. We're gonna... Do you want her lore video? It's 23 minutes. Nah, I'm all good. I'm actually getting invested in this. For Exodus. Hopefully it's not fucking gay. But I'm trying to read about it. I want to read some books where nobody's talking about it. That way it's not tarnished. I'm just like, oh, what's this? This is cool. And then some studio's like, oh man, we're gonna put this in a movie and put a chicken in it and make her gay. Nah. Thank fuck, yeah. Yeah, the same people that worked on KOTOR. All of them. As far as the series of gaming goes, I don't care about the controversy stuff with nipples and with, huh? But people still, oh, wait. Am I reading two things? I just read two. I read two tweets. Two comments at the same time. All of them, as far as the series goes, I don't care about the consequences with the Veil Guard. I'm still gonna play it with openness to enjoy the game. Have fun, man. Have fun. But people still bitch and moan about Slanesh whenever they can boo-hoo. They're showing nipples and think, go fuck yourself. What the fuck, man? Didn't they do that before? Wasn't Slanesh characters hotter? And then they were like, oh man, it was too hot. And then they just covered them up. I really wish I could find out any interests and thoughts and feelings of the upcoming Fable game. No. Nope. Call the authorities. No interest at all. Somebody was up top. Fabula used to be pretty dope. Yep. And nope. Not even close to touching it. Where do I find Fable 2? I know where Fable 1 is. I'm trying to look for Fable 2. You have to purchase it on the Xbox thing? Fuck that. Xbox Game Pass, Cloud Game Pass. No. No. Huh? No fucking way. PC version of Fable 2 would be very welcome if they emulated the 360. Require a lot of power, but they could create it. Oh, okay, so they don't have it. Fable 2 Game of the Year Edition is a version of Fable 2. It has both downloadable content. Why would you mention that? Wait, this is from January 2025. It's still being voted on. But Fable 2 has 53,000 votes. Yeah. It's being voted on, but I fucking hate Xbox so much. I fucking can't stand Xbox. Stalker Gamma? Look at that later. I fucking hate Xbox. What up, Shadow? Beat the boss and wear the windsuit. The first time I changed my gear with Epic. I guess it was a gear problem. Yeah. It's like Destiny. Good job, man. Hell yeah. With blue gear, yeah. Alright.
Давай, мочи!
Well, well, I did come in with nothing. I did go in there with nothing. I did. Didn't you say you're done with this game? I'm discussing, and I don't fucking quit. That's why I'm here. Yeah, I'm a bit of a weirdo. I don't fucking quit. It is what it is. I'm looking at this interactive map. Sales office, what is that? I know that one. That's the police right there. You need money. Can you play with a chick? Usually that gives some pause, like 2 seconds. Enemy gamer reaction of a delay. Yeah. I'd still shoot her though. Turret Tower sales office. I've never had the sales office exit. Why are you gonna pause the music if you're not even gonna start the game up yet? Come on now. That's the Terror group. That's the Empire. The fusion right there. You gonna stop the music? I'm gonna look at this real quick. Duffel bag. The medical stuff is over there in the medical side. That makes sense. I'll tell you in a minute, Shadow. Oh, yes! What were the odds? What were the odds? I was like, please have what I'm looking for, please. Oh my God. Yo, I came in looking like a fucking... I came in looking like a scrub, and I left with shit. Fucking A. Yeah, well, yeah. Praise be to Space King for this generous gift. Oh yeah, the weapon, yeah. I feel sorry for Japan, but I think Japan will still thrive because their stuff is still coming to the West. If EU wants to die for social politics, EU right now is at their weakest that they'll ever be, and I'm telling you, that's a good way for Russia and China to look at you and utilize you. I'm telling you, you have a weak country, they'll use you. If not, they already did. They already did. Oh my god. I left with nothing and I came back with shit. Shit. I can't remind myself how much stuff I've already lost. I'm not gonna even think about it. Finished. Thank you, young man. The first aid kits will be put to good use. I won't tell you any more than that, though. I have an urgent job for you. It is important for all who still live, or more precisely exist, in our woeful region. Do you know where the chemical factory is? Doesn't matter now what was produced there and what is happening there now. I mean, who controls it or who tries to secure it. I have a firm suspicion that some sort of poison is leaking from the factory premises into the groundwater, and because of the lack of supplies from the outside, we are all forced to drink this water. The filters are no longer efficient. If we do not resolve this issue, nobody would need ammo and grenades anymore. To figure it out, I need the readings of radio and gas analyzers, which should be in the factory shops next to the water pumps. Look for a small separate room right in the workshop, and that's the place where it should be. If you don't find it there, then look elsewhere. This is no longer my business where exactly you get it from. Find a gas analyzer in a raid. Hand over the items. Gas analyzer. I think I've seen that. Europe has never been so weaker and ruled by such evil entities like now. Globalist idiots will tell you the countries and having a homeland is bad, but expect you to pick a rifle and fight for them. Yeah, exactly. I would rather desert than fight for those who hate me. I have an isolated place where I can live. It's one of those moments where I'm gonna say something wild, but I'm gonna say it. The only way to solve this is through like war. Sometimes you need a chilling effect in order for people to understand what happens when you have a weak nation, and it's the only way. And I know exactly how these bureaucrats are gonna think that they're oh, we're safe. You think? All right. You'll find out. Or when somebody finally rises up and they're just like, we're a white nation, and I'm gonna be like, they're gonna be like, US, United States, help us. They're actually becoming Nazis. And I'm gonna be like, I mean, you've been calling them Nazis for years. Not now, congratulations. This is out of my, what do you want me to do? What my dad always tells me. What my dad always tells me when I do something fucking stupid after being told not to, and then I have to suffer the consequences. And then he's like, well, what do you want me to do, son? What do you want me to do? Wait, I told you not to do that. Now you have to get out of that situation. And I'm like, yeah. Yep. I told you. Oh, pliers go for 18K. Cigarettes don't go for shit. What? Plexiglass. Can of thermite. Thermite goes well. Why was the thermite so expensive? It's interesting. Ironically, yeah. Yeah. We're safe. Let's put all these people who are now angry with us on a boat with laser weapons. Genius plan, politicians. Shotguns, carbine. Yeah, let's not splurge. I did just get a pistol too. ADAR. Hunting rifle. I was looking for an AR-15, but it's not here yet. What do I have already? I already got a Saiga. Oh shit. Yeah, I already have one. 19 carbine. Yeah, there's no need to spend money on it. .919s. Green tracer. I don't need a tracer. Pretty cheap gun. I don't want that. I'll take the medkits though. $74. We could stop right here. Yeah. Is there like a table that I can take this to? Fold. Ensure, unequip, unload, inspect. Is incompatible. Oh, it's vital parts of his weapon. You two are two peas in a pod. No space for this item? Why? Okay, that's fine. Incompatible? Except these are. That's for the shotgun. .919 pistol. There we go. To be honest, I'm not supposed to be going crazy with all this. Tactical bag. How many slots? 6? Oh, I didn't mean that. Have you heard of the Ogre song from Total Warhammer? Nope.
In our ears, but the more we race the sound of its tone. We'll thunder and feast on any beast. Doesn't matter, we'll snack on them all. The stragglers we did consume are dropped in our sacrifice stew. They scream and they run, but that's part of the fun, as the ogres are coming to get ya!
I've seen this before. Yeah, I saw this before. Yeah, I've seen this before. Yeah. That was when I was trying to get into Total Warhammer, and I was like, ooh, these guys are interesting. MP 443. fine. Do I need to go to the, You gotta go to the factory. Active. You don't know. Route unknown. Is it connected to the customs? I think it is. So I need to go to interchange to customs. Whoa, 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 too close, too close. Oh, there's a map, Genie. Nice. Oh, fuck. How do I turn off everything? Mostly, hide all. There we go. Spawn points, transition, transit. Transition. Well, that's transitioning to the other side. That's not really. That's like stairs. Okay, transition to customs, so it's down there. Gotcha. So it's the little guy that's running. So I need to go there. Can I even do that with this guy? We'll see. Let's try it. You have to extract from interchange to get more maps. Yeah. Yeah, it's part of the storyline called Tour. Yeah, I'm doing that. Mongolian inspired, I believe. Mongol. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, the ogres were like fat ass Chinese people. I'm okay with that. I'm more of a Wood Elf fan. I did not picture Shadow being a Wood Elf fan. I did not see that coming.